Thumper is, in the words of the devs themselves, a game of rhythm violence, and there isn't really a better way to describe it. While rhythm games aren't usually associated with violence, Thumper manages to break away from the norm and stand as a truly unique game. Now, Thumper isn't really like traditional violence. It's not like shooting or fighting, it's more like super fast-paced action. Like, imagine a roller coaster, faster than the fastest roller coaster you've ever been on. A coaster that could fall right off the track at any second. That's Thumper. Instead of a coaster itself, you control a metal beetle traversing across a roller coaster track, avoiding turns and other obstacles. The visuals provide a large assistance to the theme of violence, with the track and beetle colliding with sparks, like a car scraping against a guardrail. The surrounding background can only be described as psychedelic, and while I can't say that it adds to the theme of violence, the game wouldn't be the same without it. The background and edges of the track, while trippy, are very fluid and natural, and honestly, they prevent distraction. They actually help you focus on the main track and oncoming obstacles. The various obstacles of the game are few, but daunting when thrown at you quickly and often. The first obstacle, although not really an obstacle, is a glowing object on the track that you must jump on in rhythm to collect. Collecting these keeps your combo and in turn your score high. It also helps you keep the rhythm to the game. The next obstacle is bends in the track that the beetle follows. You must jump and turn towards the bends to prevent from taking damage. You're given 2 chances to collide into turns before you have to restart the level. But you can replenish your life at the end of each level upon completion. These are the 2 most common obstacles in the game, but of course, as you keep on playing, you'll find many more. All the obstacles within the game are presented progressively, and are introduced with very easy to follow tutorials. Each obstacle by itself isn't really that difficult to overcome, it's very basic inputs. But, like I said, when they're thrown at you super fast, you gotta keep your wit and focus high. Thumper is a prime example of easy to learn, difficult to master gameplay. As for Thumper's music, well, it wouldn't be a game of rhythm violence without the music being a necessary component. The thing, however, is, Thumper's music isn't really like most other rhythm game soundtracks. Thumper's music, I almost have to describe it as tribal. It's very rhythmic to the core and very atmospheric. The soundtrack also heavily adds to the sense of violence with a lot of fast drums and eerie atmospheric background. In the game I've referenced for the second time so far, the music acts as audio cues to tell you exactly when to act, and that can be easily identified while playing. With Thumper, the music doesn't really act as audio cues. It acts more as a consistent rhythm to help keep you focused on the oncoming obstacles that require that rhythmic timing to avoid. This keeps the game difficult, by not just giving you big waving flags telling you when to act. The last thing I'll mention about Thumper, going back to the easy to learn, difficult to master idea, is just how satisfying this game can be when avoiding the obstacles correctly. You might think you're playing the best you can at this game, but then you see how your score is only half that of top players, and wonder what it is you're doing wrong. One of the surprises this game has that you're bound to eventually learn along the way is perfect turns. While playing, you'll find that sliding against the turn obstacle has different sounds depending on the timing. If timed right, you perform a perfect turn, which sounds much smoother and cleaner compared to the screeching car crash of the car hitting the guardrail. Performing a perfect turn will give you extra points at the end of the level, and definitely accounts for a majority of your maximum possible score. So while you might find it easy to catch turn obstacles, the true challenge lies in being able to get the right timing, and it is no easy task to get every single perfect turn in a level. For those that are capable, however, Thumper is truly rewarding as a rhythm game, with the satisfaction of not breaking the rhythm and having a score much higher than others. With this and other difficult ways to rack up your score, Thumper is a very good modern arcade game. It's a very unique game in general. You can't say any other game can be best described as rhythm violence after all, and for being a game like no other, I highly recommend it. But hey, that's just my perspective.